Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, wherever you have to be. Welcome to another edition of the Living World of Darkness, right across New York. The scene is set on a very, very dreary Christmas morning. Helios has almost petered his way out from the gigantic skyscrapers that the Weaver has gone ahead and created, and as his first gaze is cast upon the park quite proper, there is quite a stirring and quite a commotion within the, the Cubbie cabin. Oh, yes. About a few hours beforehand, very silently, very sneakily, oh dear Lucas here, quiet as a mouse, quiet as a great mouse if you want to go ahead and say it, has been slowly but surely making things in the kitchen, something of a meal, mixing the eggnog, getting the hot chocolate all just the right boiling amount, making sure not to make it peat, making sure that any simmering is very, very subtle, and any piping hot bubbling is kept to a low, low roar, because, oh, while he is making and gathering things, he has left dear Maeve over there ever so sneakily with her own tippy toed on a very, very plush carpet, sidestepping away from that little makeshift mural of a Christmas tree on the side of the cabin walls towards where the other cubs seem to be like dozing off quite a little bit, stepping over those Christmas presents wrapped with neatly care as we go and just go ahead and throw that scene, that action right to her.
So pardon, I was trying to decide, am I awake or am I sleeping?
Oh, you are very much awake and you've been shanghaied into this particular plan.
Oh, fantastic. Well, in that case, it's very likely that Maeve will have in a roundabout way, essentially be giving a spare gift, as it were. Around the cabin, they will see when finally they wake, after much tiptoeing is likewise done, some very careful stretching, because gotta reach ceiling. Uh, Maeve has been putting up little baubles because, well, they don't have a tree per se in there, and they've only bought a gift apiece. So, you know, let's bring a little cheer to the household. Tons of these. Let me get it up there. Boop. Tons of colorful little balls of glass are being tied to the ceiling, dangling over the sleepers. Little ornaments, as it were, for the household, since their trees a tad flat to hold them. But yes, she'll be going about tying those up, probably holding towels now and again to try to catch some of the sound from the kitchen area, or nudging the door shut if there is one. Even actually, no, there wouldn't be, would there? So
Well,
essentially, just conniving, slipping around. Uh, since Albert hasn't been inside, she'll leave her little a little something something wrapped on his pillow in the midst of it. And like as not, she will now and again poke her head out to look around, see if she can find where he has hunkered down in soggy doggy form.
Um, Albert currently in lupus and very wet. He's sleeping, but he's kind of yipping a little bit as the dreams have come back. It seems he wakes up rather tired, uh, kind of realizes it's raining, and trots back toward the cabin.
Maeve will have peeked out, seen him kind of sleeping restlessly, and probably left a small collection of towels, two or three, folded on the porch for him so he can dry himself off before he comes in. And since, as far as she knows, he hasn't gotten a dedicated set yet, and it also gives him a chance to cover himself.
He's going to kind of take the go get like his backpack and his teeth and just kind of go around to the back of the cabin behind it, and then change. Because he realizes, wait a second, I need to ask Katori about doing that, so I don't waste so much damn money. He's still wet, but he gets dressed and comes in, bringing his stuff in. Yeah, thanks. He looks rather tired.
Maeve will be holding a finger to her lips to encourage him to enter quietly, but nod, smile, as he comes in and thanks her for the towels. By now he knows where the hamper is, so she doesn't need to point it out for him. But she'll look to Lucas for guidance, a gesture, anything, maybe to see if he needs help in the kitchen with his outrageous breakfast.
Okay, but by this time, well, the pot of hot cocoa is starting to simmer, being placed to a side. A giant mug of alcohol has also been placed to the side. Several cups have been put away, and Lucas, for his part, is gonna go ahead and put the same finger to his lips towards her. Start walking towards where one of the two sleepers may be sleeping. Let's see, what do you have it? Yeah, no, let's go ahead and grab something from the kitchen. Ladle. Yep, grabs a ladle from the kitchen.
Maeve will slip in once he slips out and start, do we actually have a table per se, or do we usually just sit and eat wherever we plop down?
We usually just sit and eat where we plot down.
Well, in that case, she will start very, very slowly, very quietly trying to get the dishes out so that people will have their mugs, have their plates, have whatever they need. It's just it'll take the extra time while Lucas is making mischief for her to get them out without clinking and clanking.
Okay, I'll let the two sleepers decide. Which one does Lucas get to first?
Well, Talia's going to be on her regular beanbag, sort of in the corner where she's been sleeping the last few weeks.
Okay, start with you. Lucas is going to go ahead and come over. And are you laying on your side, or are you laying on your stomach, or are you laying on your back?
She's probably curled towards the wall.
All right. You curled towards the wall. You'll feel a slight pressure on your upper spine, just between the two shoulder blades.
Just a bit of pressure, is that all?
Yes, just it's like a bull right there.
She's gonna probably try and turn over and see what's going on.
Talia.
Morning, Lucas. What is it?
It's Christmas, Talia. It's Christmas.
Fine. Just give me a minute.
Okay. Slowly backs away from the newly first changed rune during a morning of the first moon. Definitely not going to push that little button right now. He goes ahead and says, we got eggnog, and we got hot cocoa just for you, and afterwards we're going to go ahead and do the gift exchange. It's going to be wonderful.
Just give me a minute, but some cocoa sounds good. And you can see her sort of start to fidget, and as if she's sort of waking up, and her eyes are attempting to open. She'll kind of shuffle up on her beanbag, but still like under her blanket.
Cool. With that, Lucas is going to go ahead and step towards the other sleeper. What's Senna doing?
you could just see a tuft of hair sticking out of a huge pile of blankets. And she's always cold, so she has several blankets kind of wrapped over her. There's also a foot sticking out on the other side. And what you can see is basically on nearby on a peg or something hangs a. Let me get a description there, because I have a description of that thing. There hangs a. Oh, come on. There you go. A leather strap styled like a dream catcher, but with steel wires for the web part and a large crescent moon glyph in the center.
Okay.
That basically hangs somewhere like above her head. If you listen closely, you can hear from under the blankets, you can hear a soft snoring.
Okay. Well, you told me about a weakness, the foot. So what Lucas is going to do is he's going to go ahead and go to one of the windows of the cabin, go ahead and thrust out the head of the ladle out there, just so it's a little bit chilly. And once it's good and cold, I'm going to come back and just go ahead and lay the head of that ladle right on that exposed foot.
Not getting what I want from the SDs. Fuck that shit. So I needed a ruling on this, but that's cool. The foot kind of subtracts into the blankets with a joink, and you can hear.
Maeve is trying really hard not to laugh. It's hard, but she's trying. By now, Albert has been offered a mug of cocoa, and while Lucas is harassing Cinna, she's bringing another over to Talia to coax her into something slightly more resembling an awakened state.
She'll nod at you and wrap her arms around it, like wrap her hands around the mug and sit there with it and slowly sip it, and probably become vaguely more conscious.
Well, now that the foot has gone ahead and retracted, the tuft of hair, it looks so wonderful. I wonder if she can get a head cold. Lays the cold head of the ladle on the tuft of hair.
The blankets kind of fling open as an arm just flings in the direction of the ladle and whatever is attached to it. And whether it hits or not, I'll leave it up to you. And then the arm just grabs the blankets, like grabbing wrap, and pull it fully over her again.
Well, you can definitely hit the ladle head away. Half expecting you to go ahead and grab that thing. But, oh well. Judging from where you are right now, Lucas is going to go ahead and do one of two things. He's going to stoop his head low so that he's right above you, and he's also going to go ahead and try to grab the hem of the blanket as he simply says, "Oh, Cinna, wakey, wakey, eggnog in chocolate." Well, very well. The covers get ripped off.
Tell me she wears pajamas.
Yeah, of course she does.
Okay.
She has like those striped flannel pajamas that are really, really
Nice.
warm and wintry. And she is sitting up straight, looking around her bewildered. It's like, what?
Oh, Lucas, that's just cruel.
Merry Christmas, Cinna!
Lucas!
Give me back now.
Okay. Goes ahead and throws it over. And then grabs the other end. Starts to drag you away from the bed.
Don't.
At least give her some cocoa.
Maeve,
Maeve
Coco
is
Maeve.
already en route.
Senna is
Here.
kind of grabbing the blanket and just kind of, as a mantle, wraps it around herself. Why you wake me like this? Not funny.
Maybe we'll wander over, and if Lucas doesn't take it himself to hand her, we'll end up crouching in front of her, offering a mug of cocoa.
Basically, what you see is it kind of looks like a hedgehog. As she is curled up in the blankets, her hair is standing like to all sides. And she kind of looks at you, her eyes half open. Thank you. It's cold.
You can stay bundled. Just sit up a little so you don't spill it. And
It's Christmas morning. Blankets and cocoa are practically required.
Oh,
she will, in
absolutely.
fact, even go so far, if she must, as to tuck the blanket a little bit for her and make sure her toes are warm. Like, just kind of nudge it up under her foot.
No.
Make sure she's properly ensconced.
What time did you even manage to wake to?
Oh, what time it is in the morning? 7:30 a.m.
Really?
Hey, I let you all sleep for 2.5 hours later than what Olaf would have.
I've been working on articles until 3 a.m.
But that was the whole point. It's Christmas. We didn't have to do anything with Olaf or anything this morning.
True. However, I wanted to start the day off real early.
Why?
Because I'm excitable and excited about the Christmas day.
I had 5.5 hours of sleep. That's not good.
Well, if you want nothing more than to go ahead and fall back to sleep, this is my gift to you. I'll play with you. I'll sleep with you.
Is there at least a chance of some food?
Yes, absolutely. You want? We can make toast. Or we can go over to the Red Bones. They have a Christmas Day special. Actually, going over to the Red Bones doesn't seem like that bad of an idea.
Probably catch Olaf there. Maybe.
Wink, wink. Yep. Come on. This is why I went ahead and woke you up so early. Lucas goes ahead and points to that mural of a Christmas tree. It is a completely flat representation of a tree, ornaments, and all with all the Christmas presents just underneath it.
It is a nice idea, and with the limited space we have.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Make do with what we got.
Nod, nod. Maybe we'll kind of reach up, and the glass balls have been hung high enough that there's no chance of, like, people walking into them, or just, lifting their hand in a gesture and smacking one. She actually has to stretch fairly high to tap at one, but she'll poke at it a couple times.
Did you make those?
Yeah.
She will inspect a couple blearily. They're actually pretty good.
They're kind of...
Finally... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry. They're deceptively easy. And, well, Kachina did buy me a good amount of colored glass, so it wasn't hard.
Amber finally looks up at the colored balls. Yeah, they look nice.
I'm always surprised with what you people can do with a little bit of patience and a little bit of craft. Talia, those ornaments, fantastic. Maeve,
Mhm.
that glass work, fantastic. Me, that brilliant Christmas tree. Oh, Lucas, how did you do it so quickly and so silently? I cheated, is what I would respond. I cheated.
Did you finger paint it?
Some of it is finger painted. The rest of it is more using stencils and the paint words I've gotten. But in any case, everybody got a bit of eggnog to them.
Well, they've all got cocoa.
It's like, nice, nice. You notice that Lucas doesn't have a cup in his hand, so he goes ahead and pours himself some eggnog in the mug, goes ahead and drinks it. Not my favorite. But it's a holiday tradition, so I usually just go ahead and swallow it.
Talia's gonna turn to Cinna. Do you still have any of that whiskey lying around? I feel like we might need to doctor this cocoa today.
Check my backpack. Must be there.
You can just imagine that both of them wrapped in blankets and both just kind of looking at this backpack like, I don't want my arm to be cold. I don't want my arm to be cold. Just both. Maybe if I bat at it from under the blanket, it'll get close enough to you that you'll do it.
I can grab it with my teeth and then open it.
Shake, shake, shake. You people are terrible. You act like you've never had to wake up in the cold before.
Not with this level of enthusiasm to greet me. Not since I was living with my sister and she was significantly younger than you are.
Oh, really?
Well then. Maeve will go ahead and fetch the backpack over to where Cinna can reach it with only having to like poke her hands out.
She starts
Probably
rummaging
can
in
Hold
the
it up for her so she
backpack.
can get whatever it is.
Pulls out a hip flask of whiskey. Here, Talia. There you go.
If Talia will shuffle closer at this point and join more of the room, tempted by the whiskey, and just add a little bit and take a sip and go, this might help face the day.
Okay, fine. I'm coming. And Senna is like, okay, throwing the blankets away. She's shivering. Oh, so sleepy. Damn it. Then kind of moves over with her arm and has to reach out to grab her laptop, opening it, looking at the article that she was busy on writing, and then I'll continue this later on. Saves it and puts it in the backpack as well.
I was gonna say, if we're gonna do this properly, is there any Christmas music you could get up on there, I guess?
Oh, sure, yeah. Or, if you really want to, I can just create some background music myself.
Maeve will totally take this as her cue to go and nab the harp up for her and bring it over. Very, very bouncy, happy expression going on here. There's enthusiasm. It's rising. It's terrifying.
Is there any chance of some normal coffee? It's not that I don't like hot cocoa, but I'm missing my caffeine shot. Badly.
Hold on a second. Let me go to the icebox out back. And, Lucas is going to go ahead and leave the cabin and go to a specially I can use the words. I can definitely use words. Specially preparized icebox. It does not have a refrigerator. Oh, no. What this thing does is it simply goes ahead and lets the frozen air go ahead and keep it as it is cold and sealed. And of course, there's always the regular ice bucket that gets thrown in that lasts for about a day or two before having to be thrown out with the rest of the new ice, old water going out. But still, he opens up the ice box, shuffles in past the milk, the eggs, finds a here we go. Finds a bottle, glass bottle, brings it out, filled with, well, that brown liquid we all know as coffee, and brings it back to the group. Goes ahead and places it in front of him. Okay, this is the concentrated stuff. You only take a sip or two out of this stuff, and it'll keep you wired for like the entire forever weekend.
But it's cold.
It's supposed to be cold.
Okay, well, if it works, it works. It's just that she's tuning the harp.
Lucas goes ahead and takes a tiny little teacup. Goes ahead and opens the bottle. Instantly, the room is filled with the aroma of very, very rich coffee. The caffeine literally flies into your nose, and you already feel a little bit more pepped up. Goes ahead and pours just the tiniest, slimmest, about 2 centimeters of liquid into the teacup. Closes that coffee bottle, sets it aside, walks on over to the Cinna, gingerly hands it to her. A sip.
Okay. She kind of looks suspicious at the cup.
Maeve also looks suspicious and is staying way over here. Thank you very much.
She's sniffing it. This is... I've never had this kind of stuff before. It is legal, right?
No, of course it's legal.
Okay.
Down under.
Oh, boy. Dude. You know what? Whatever. Fuck it. Up yours. She slams it backwards.
Go ahead and slam it backwards, and your tongue is assaulted with that bitterness that coffee can give you. And it's also chill to the bone. Your tongue goes ahead and goes numb, fritzy for a second. The liquid goes ahead and splashes against the back of your throat, all the way down to your stomach goes, where it just sort of settles. You can feel it settling right there as your eyes are just going to go ahead and go wide open, an energy that you didn't think you had 5 minutes ago.
Whew! Cold and... Jeez, fuck. Okay. Sure, yeah, I think I can play now. Yep, definitely.
Firm nod.
I need to have this stuff.
Blink,
Yeah.
blink.
Just keeps on tuning the harp a little faster this time. And, yeah, what? Let's roll it. Let's see how bad we do. Ooh. Well, it's still 2 successes, so it's decent. It's not a great roll for so many dice.
Mm-hmm.
You can get through the kiss. You can get through the regular old Christmas tunes very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not necessarily. It's not a performance that you would expect in I don't know, Albert Hall or whatever the fuck you call it in the United States, but it's decent enough. It gets by, and it's just background music anyway as she starts to just toy a little bit on the harp and go through most of the Christmas songs that everybody knows: Jingle Bells, Holy Night, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I don't know that many Christmas songs in English, actually. Crap. First Noel and stuff like that, and then goes on to a little bit more obscure Christmas songs, like Good King Wenceslas. I don't know what kind of other songs you have. But anyway, that's basically what you hear in the backgrounds. The rest of the scene.
Cool. Looks over the
Well-
Talia. You want some?
Whilst Senna was tuning her harp, Talia will have continued to wrap the blanket around herself, but is now more mobile and has dug out her present from her corner and has added it to the bottom of the tree mural, and is looking a bit more perky, but has plopped herself back on the dam, but insisting on staying wrapped in a blanket.
Oh, could anyone get mine? They're in my backpack and place them there as well.
If Talia is near you in the backpack, so she will add yours too.
Yay! Thank you. Kinda got
No.
my hands full.
That's fine.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Best excuse to have your hands full ever. Firm knot.
Who wants to play? Who wants to play Santa?
No one would deprive you of that honor, Lucas.
Especially not with the red hat.
Oh, of course, of course. It's like I was born to play the role. Lucas is gonna go ahead and walk on over to the presents, reach on over, place a few of the presents outside a little circle as he goes ahead and just steps into the circle, so that he's standing up with all the presents in front of him, his back to the tree, and the like of you in front of him. And all right. Let's see. Time to roll some dice. Oh, come on, Dice Stream. Okay, Dice Stream wants to be a butt. Would somebody like to be my designated dice roller?
Sure.
All right, Kitty. Go ahead and roll me a d6. Okay. Right. The first gift comes from actually the one that was just placed from the backpack, from Cinema's Harris's backpack. I'll go ahead and let you decide where this gift belongs and what it looks like.
Let's see. There were 2 packages coming from Cinna's backpack. So first of them is kind of a rectangular package, wrapped in actually just some plain brown paper, but with a very nice bow on it. Bow is made of some red shiny ribbon, and it has a tiny little bit of oh damn it! How do you call that in English? Damn it, Max! What's hulst in English? You don't know either, huh? Give me a moment. I can find this.
I believe in you.
We believe in
Holly.
you.
There's a tiny little bit of
Aw.
holly in the bow.
Who's it for?
Maeve.
All right. Lucas goes ahead and picks up this wonderfully gift-wrapped packages, looks to Maeve, and hands it over. This one's for you.
Oh. And she'll take it and go in and settle down, but she'll wait a minute to open it, let everyone get theirs. But she will be fiddling with the holly. Is it real holly or is it Oh, yay! Yeah, she seems delighted with that for some silly reason.
All right. Time to roll another dice.
That was weird. Was there something you asked, Saskia?
Yeah, but never mind. I solved it.
Okay.
So your next number is 2.
All right. This one comes from Albert. If Albert actually got a gift, I do not know.
He did. It's a cylindrical package, and it's fairly soft as well. It kind of you can kind of squish it, and it is addressed to Cinna.
All right. Lucas is going to go ahead and take that one, the cylindrical gift wrap present, and go ahead and
And
step on over.
it's wrapped in Justin Bieber wrapping paper.
Oh, wow.
What?
I thought I was a troll.
Okay.
This is going to go ahead and step on over the gifts and just sort of place it in front of Miss Cinnamon Harris as she continues to play the harp for you. Steps on back.
Mm. She looks at it, but her hands kind of. She obviously makes a mistake in her harp play as she realizes that it's Justin Bieber paper. She continues to play on. Kind of shakes her head. God.
Hilarious.
All right, so your next number that was not a repeat is a 6.
All right then. Lucas goes ahead and grabs a gift. This one from Talia. If you want to describe how your gift is wrapped.
The gift is wrapped in probably quite gaudy Christmas paper, but it's not particularly well wrapped. It's slightly awkward shapes if you sort of feel it slightly as it is addressed to Lucas himself. It probably feels like it's got 2 items maybe inside. They don't. But yeah, it's not the best wrapping in the world.
Lucas goes ahead and takes it. Fights the urge to go ahead and shake it. Goes ahead and places it by his feet behind him. All right. Then he actually does go ahead and jostle it just a little bit to hear if it jingles or jangles behind him.
It doesn't jingle.
Does it jangle?
Not really. You feel some things move about inside, but not really making any particular noise.
Don't worry, my next step will be to go ahead and sniff it. But in any case...
Well, then your next one is a 5.
A 5. Ah, right. Lucas goes ahead and looks behind him to actually 2 boxes that have been, they have been individually gift wrapped, but they have also been wrapped together in string tie. Basic brown string tie. And he takes it from where it is. One is gift wrapped in, what is it, Princess Twilight, and the other one is wrapped up in Applejack. Yeah, I believe that's what her name is. Applejack and Pinkie Pie. Just to go ahead and make this hilarious. And he's gonna go ahead and hand it over to Talia. For you.
She will look reach over a little bit gingerly, look slightly bemused at the wrapping paper, and she won't resist sitting back down and vaguely shaking the boxes to see if she can hear anything.
Jostle. You'll notice that, you've probably given a gift or received a gift like this. They seem to be shoe boxes.
Mm.
One seems a little bit bigger than the other.
She will put them down carefully and wait with the others, but still look somewhat flummoxed by the wrapping paper.
All right.
And
the last one for the gift exchange comes from Dear Maeve.
Yep, and it will be a fairly small, box, wrapped in simple brown paper. It'll probably have a little glass charm on it because she doesn't have much else to decorate with, really. She's probably likewise tied it in just kind of string wrap. But it is a fairly small little box, about the size of maybe a little bigger than your average jewelry box. And it is for Albert.
Wonderful. Lucas takes this small package, goes ahead and hands it over to Albert, smiles greatly and bigly. Merry Christmas.
Albert nods in recognition of this and takes it. Thanks.
All right. Who wants to go first? Who wants to open first?
One thing, because I thought we would do, if you had multiple presents, you would do them separately. So there's another gift for Maeve. Sorry.
Yep.
Which is a bag about the size of, 2 full hands. It feels heavy. It's made of cloth, of sackcloth. Is that correct translation? That's what.
Like burlap or something?
Yeah, whatever. I don't know, but
That's
yes.
fine.
It feels very heavy in the low parts. You can hear things kind of clinging against each other. And there is some stuff in the upper part of the sack as well, and it's tied once again with the red ribbon and the holly. Or actually, no, this one has mistletoe.
No, even better.
Ooh.
Mm.
So yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
It's all legit. It's all legit. And Maeve will look around.
First one that gets their presents, first one to open it.
Oh. Well, okay then. We can do that. And she'll start picking at it. She will, for both of them actually, initially kind of settle them in her lap and carefully pick off the holly and the mistletoe and just for funsies, poke the holly up in her hair and set the mistletoe next to her, because putting mistletoe in her hair is just asking for trouble. So she'll tuck the holly up in her hair. It shouldn't have any trouble sticking. It's a little bit on the prickly side, so it'll catch her hair, and she will probably start with the bag, because that's the more curiously shaped and interesting sounding of the two.
Okay.
So she'll go pulling off the ribbons, tug it open, poke her nose in.
First thing that you see is that there are a number of feathers. There are feathers of all types of birds, from sparrows to seagulls to peacock feather, actually, which is kind of, well, it had to be rolled up a little, but it's still kind of good.
So she'll very
Seagulls,
carefully start pulling them out from the top to make sure they don't get damaged any more than they may have been in transport. And she looks confused, but she also looks very happy with them, because, well, there's any number of things one can do with feathers, especially with an array like this that are clearly from different species of bird. So she'll start carefully poking them out and laying them aside and hunting around to see what all is nestled in the bottom.
In the bottom, you find leather straps and threads in all kinds of colors, and you find about 50 glass beads.
And she'll be snickering to herself, because it's interesting, especially being crafty. It's quite the nice little collection of things to play with to make something or another. So she'll poke everything out, carefully pick everything, set it aside, look it over, and seem kind of confused but pleased. Like she obviously isn't sure what to do with them just yet, but she is very much enjoying finding what essentially amounts to a bunch of crafting material. And just in case they tie together, once she's gotten through that, she'll carefully pour the beads back in. After looking at a couple of them, seeing like what kind of colors they are, what kind of make they are, what sizes they are, and then pour them gingerly back in there and start on the box. Because maybe this will give her a hint as to something they're for in particular.
As you open the rectangular gift, it's not a box. It's heavy, but it's not a box. Actually, what you get out of it, first of all, comes rolling out a couple of tools, modeling tools. And specifically clay modeling tools.
Oh.
And as you can probably guess, the rest of the package is I don't know how you guys call it over there, but we call it a loaf of clay or clay bread.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a full loaf of clay, and when you study the clay, it's all natural clay. So it's probably from a river. When you look at the clay more closely, you can see tiny glistening sparks in it, sort of golden sparks in it. And if you are familiar with it, you realize that it's actually gold leaves or gold foil that is mixed in with the clay.
Wow. Yeah, she'll kind of eyeball it and turn it around, and after she's kind of looked over everything and kind of gotten the whole idea in her head, she will not necessarily come flying at Cinna because she's, playing a harp, and we don't do that to the harp. That's not nice. But she will hop up and come over and give Cinna a hug from behind and say, "Thank you. These will be fun.
Sure.
These are going to be great."
How did you know? How do you know it was me?
Because he pulled them out of your backpack.
Ah, crap! Of course. I'm sorry, it's still early. I'm not awake, and I hope you would like it.
She'll get a big kiss planted on her head, like silly, friendly, just mwah on top of her head while she keeps flying. And she'll go back to fiddle with the feathers and probably try to discern what is from what type of bird, or as many as she can identify, while the next person goes about their unwrapping.
I believe the next one would have been the Justin Timberlake or Justin Bieber gift wrapped tube that is in front of
Bieber fever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cinna kind of looks at the package. Does anyone want to do the honors? I mean, I'm still have my hands full. Well, you know what? I'll just take a quick break then.
You can take a break, silly.
She stops and just sets the harp, settles it beside her. And finally takes the present in her hands, studies it, studies the paper. Yeah.
Winces a little.
Then very carefully, making sure that she doesn't tear the paper up.
Because you want to preserve that paper, you might use it again.
Exactly.
Too many ragabashes. Too many ragabashes.
Very carefully, she opens up the, she unwraps the presents.
Yep.
Okay. It depends. If there's like a lot of tape there, then at some point, because she's also impatient, at some point she's just like, screw this. But that depends on the amount of tape used.
He's actually fairly decent at taping, so he doesn't have to use a super huge amount of tape. She'll see it's a long object, it looks like a log at first, and as she pokes it, it becomes apparent that it's a pillow. It's a pillow that looks like a log.
Huh.
As pictured in the overlay right now.
They're like a
It's a pretty
microbead
woman.
pillow. They're super comfy. One of my friends has that.
She looks at the pillow, pokes it. Huh. Interesting.
I couldn't help but think to wonder if we couldn't have left that present underneath her head and gone about the entire day without waking her.
Ah, that would have been great, actually.
They are super good for camping, or I guess sleeping on the floor in here.
Hmm. I guess so. Thank you. Now I'm gonna be able to look all tough and stuff because I'm using a log as a pillow.
You are a lumbersona.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. Sleep all night and I work all day.
All right, who is next? Who is next after that one?
I think it is Talia next.
Is it Talia or is it Lucas?
Definitely Talia.
Okie doke. She's going to pick up the first box with the Applejack wrapping
Mm-hmm.
and look at it a bit more, but then pretty much just tear into it. She's not preserving wrapping paper at this point.
You guys are so impatient. Okay, so what you find is
Woo!
Oh, I already know I done good. Inside you see a rather plain boot box. It seems to come from well, not Extreme Outfitters, but a definitely an outdoor trekking place. Go ahead and flip it open, and you see the boots that are pictured here. They are winter boots that are lined with a bit of fur to them. They seem to go ahead and match your. Well, you haven't exactly put them on, but they look like they might actually fit you.
She's gonna look suitably impressed and go, well, wow. She's gonna pick one up and play with the fluffy bit at the top. And be like, wow, these look really warm and comfy. And how did anybody know my shoe size?
Don't worry about it.
Gonna look slightly suspiciously at Lucas, but kind of nod. She's gonna try and pull the. She's gonna literally. She hasn't got any shoes on yet, but she's probably been sleeping in socks because it's quite cold. And try and like pull one of them on. They do fit.
Yes, they do fit. They fit like a glove on your feet. They're very warm as well.
Foot glove.
Foot glove.
Thanks. She looks a little bit abashed, but she's like, thank you. Trying to cover up a slight embarrassment, she's going to start opening the other one, maybe slightly more carefully, but not terribly more carefully.
Okay. You go ahead and, well, open the other one, this time a bit more carefully. And what you have to find is a box that comes from the Cairo Exchange, actually. The place that you helped Xavier go ahead and buy that fantastic dress for her lady friend. And inside you see these high top sandals, actually. Obviously for much more warmer weather.
Yeah. She's going to pick them up and turn them over and be like, well, these, well, I'm not sure I've ever worn anything like this before, but they are very beautiful.
When the weather gets a little bit better, you might try running in them. I asked the cashier specifically for something that you'd be able to run in.
I'll definitely have to try that. She's looking very intrigued with them and seems to be studying them and turning them over. Thanks. I'll let you know how they go.
You're most welcome.
Probably outpace him in them.
Lucas seems extremely pleased and content with himself. All right. On to the next one. Do-do-do-do. What do we have next? Yes, it was Talia towards Lucas. Right. Do-do-do-do-do. Let's get him back up. Lucas is going to go ahead and reach behind him and get the strangely gift-wrapped gift that seems to be in 2 parts. And yeah, he's going to start with one. Take a look at the tape, untape it, and start to unfurl and unwrap it.
Turn on. Okay, I'm just praying. So when I eventually make it work, there we go. Well, it's not really working on there very well. So the first one he opens, he will find a wolfy-looking bobblehead carved out of wood.
Goes ahead and bobbles it.
I felt your mystery machine, as you call it, or kidnap van, needed some. I'm not going to call it humanizing, but you know, satisfying, sensitizing.
I blink. Okay. Shake.
Homey touches?
Homely touches. Let's go with that.
Goes ahead and nods his head. Homely touches. Homely touches. I'm going to ignore the fact that you called it the kidnapping van for a second. Homely touches. Right. And as the bobblehead goes ahead and bobs, his head is also going to bob to mimic it. You know what? I think Shaggy's going to absolutely love this. Thank you. Okay. Set that aside. Again, go ahead and bobble the head. Go on to the next one.
Okay. So as he will remove packaging from the second one, he will find. Can I find the picture? Again, it's not. You will find a hula doll. The first one I took some effort to carve. This one, I guess, suppose you can see a theme. I decided your vehicle needed a little bit of fun adding to it, and I felt, whilst the other one was purely thematic, I thought this one was a bit more fun for you.
Goes ahead and starts to shake it around, make it dance a little bit.
As he shakes it, the little grass skirt will wobble and her hips will do the wobbly thing.
Oh, this is fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and step over the gifts, and go ahead and walk over and give you a big hug.
She's gonna look slightly uncomfortable, but pat him on the back and go, well, I think they're not as practical or as useful as your gifts, which I thank you very much for, but I thought, seeing as everything can be a bit dark and grim here, a bit of lightening up wouldn't go amiss.
Yep. You get 2 thumbs up from me. Totally what needs to be done right now. Pat, pat on the back. Pat, pat. Holds a bit tighter.
She's gonna get that's nice, Lucas. And probably start fidgeting and gonna try and shift away from you now.
Slowly prying Lucas off.
Yeah, Lucas, maybe this is nice, Lucas, but maybe the next person needs to open their gift now. You know, they're waiting impatiently.
Waiting with bated breath. Gets dragged off and thrown back into his corner.
That leaves Albert.
Albert, he's not really reacting to the the events. He's just kind of smiling and nodding every once in a while. He takes the gift, kind of tries to rattle it a little bit, in his hand. Before, he peels the first piece of tape off, and then just rips the rest of the tape, wrapping paper off, because he just doesn't want to deal with it right now. And he looks at the gift.
All right. It will be essentially in a small, like a box, more like you'd get a bracelet in, something like that, a little bit bigger than your average piece of jewelry. And inside, let's zoom him out a little bit here, will be a little cockroach soldered together out of electronic bits, little discarded pieces, probably scavenged. And he's probably roughly the size of your average thumb drive in length, something about like that, a little wider. And Maeve will volunteer from over where she's settled that I mentioned to Emmett that I wanted it to be able to do something for you. So I'm sure if you take it to him, he could do something interesting with it.
He nods. Thank you. It's a wonderful gift.
You doing all right?
Yeah, I just didn't sleep well last night. I'll probably take a nap after this.
Maybe you should try some of that coffee.
Lucas's hand goes ahead and hovers over that glass bottle with the brown liquid.
Sure. If, well, I got Senna awake.
He goes ahead and looks to you and says, you done with that hot choco?
Yeah.
And for the tea? Or the cup, excuse me.
He'll hand you the cup.
Alright. And much like before, as soon as that lid gets twisted off, that heavy scent of caffeine and coffee goes ahead and floods the room for a brief second. He goes ahead and fills it up 2 centimeters again, closes the lid, offers you the cup. Thumbs up, sir.
He'll take it. Thanks. He'll toss it back. He wakes it wakes him up. He's still remembering the really, really bad dream he had last night, but at least he's awake now. That's the stuff.
For several seconds, your tonsils are completely on fire, but the flame goes ahead and lets out as, like Cinna, your eyes are completely and utterly wide open. You're kind of wired.
Yeah, thanks. It's some strong stuff you got there.
Mm-hmm. I gotta share this with Garrett sometime. I think he'd appreciate it.
Maeve snicker fits.
Alright. Christmas Day may not be over, but at least the gift giving is done for this household. I free you to go ahead and knock off back to sleep or go on with the rest of your day.
I have to go stow a couple of things. So I'll be back. And she'll kind of gather up her bits and pieces and feathers and all sorts of stuff and kind of carry it all over to where she's been to the wall just behind the beanbag that she has kidnapped as her own. And kind of carefully set it up there. Make some sort of mental note to see if she can get a hold of a basket or something. And then she will tug out 2 little parcels and a small bag of bird feed. And take up a mischievous expression and head for the door.
Noddle. Lucas, for his part, is going to start collecting all the spare bits and scrap of wrapping paper that got loose or now trash, making sure to keep the paper that's going to be saved all nice and all folded on the other side of the cabin. Pretty much going to go ahead and get a trash bag and start collecting shit, throwing shit away. Make sure the cups and all that are back in that paltry sink. And go ahead and start cleaning up.
Malia will turn to Maeve. Where are you off to? Seeing as I'm up, I might as well go for a run. Can I walk you at least some of the way of where you're going?
Oh yeah, first I need to go over to the park. There's a particular bench where I need to leave this, and she'll kind of waggle the small packet of birdseed. So yeah, we can walk that far. You can do some running, and I need to swing by Katori's den. And before we get too far, I need to try to slip this into Olaf's cabin if he's not there. I think he left earlier.
Okay, guess that shouldn't be a problem.
Grin.
She's gonna keep her new boots on, but be sort of steadily pulling other clothes on to get dressed.
Albert will kind of grab his backpack and put the little techno cockroach in, zip it up, and he'll just kind of head out and see if practicing being a lupus will make him forget about his nightmares.
Fair enough. Our dear Cinna, our background music player, will probably could be continuing to play background music until she is called away either by her own instincts or by some other call. But for Lucas, he's just going to go ahead and clean up the cabin, get these chores done with the day, and go about for the noonday sun to go ahead and greet him. And that, my good sirs and ma'ams, is where we go ahead and bring our scene to a close. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Thank you, players, for playing. We will see you all again in, well, the Cubbie exchange.